I know we do, folks. Boom, welcome to your file numbers after the name. A little throwback here, right? A little Wasteland Wednesday. And throwback, I mean, this happened like 2 or 3 days ago. But throwback in the sense that we're going back to the multiplayer over here, man. It used to be a staple on the channel. It's Call of Duty multiplayer, run through foes left and right, man. That's what we used to do. Now we put a lot of blackout and whatnot, but I wanted to talk a little bit about this Bare Bones playlist, man. So they got this Bare Bones now that's like kill confirmed to TDM, and it's like heaven on earth. It's like manna to me. It gives me life. Nighttime over here on the firing range. I already know how we be able to do it, man. This is classic right here. So, the only negative, let me start with the negative before I start. Well, I'll go with the positives first. The positives is that, like, I never had anything necessarily against the specialists. Like, I didn't need them in my life. I probably preferred the game without them, was my idea. But I also didn't have, like, that strong an opinion on it. I was like, well, they're here. I mean, they're here, right? So I was like, I can't, like, what the hell am I going to do? I either don't play the game or I do play the game. And if I do play the game, then they're there. And that's kind of it. So that's kind of my philosophy behind it. So I never really gave it too much thought about them being there. Nah, I was like, whatever, they're here, cool. But in the back of my mind, I always kind of thought, I was like, man, I think I'd enjoy this game just as much without them. And now they gave us a playlist, which I never thought they would make. But they gave us a playlist where there's no specialists. And I was like, oh, say word. And it is dope. And I've literally changed all my classes. It's the only playlist I play. I'll be very disappointed the day that they get rid of them, the playlist, because it's the only one I play. So the one I like the most. I have zero interest in playing again with specialists. I have zero interest in playing anything that's not just your traditional Call of Duty. And I think the game should have been made a lot more in this favor, and I would have enjoyed it a lot more, the multiplayer side of it. Which, once again, no beef necessarily towards the specialists. Like, they're fine. They're balanced out enough. They're fun for what they do. I don't got necessarily any issues with them. I just have more fun in the game when they're not in there. And this Bare Bones playlist has kind of like really solidified that for me. And I was a little bit nervous that they would never give us a playlist like this, because I figured I have probably more people in my camp than not. I'm not 100% sure, and I'd love to hear back from people watching this video on like whether they prefer specialists or not. But I'm good without them. Like, I don't really need anything like that. They just like have my Call of Duty game with, like, you know, the most like gunplay you could possibly have, and the best gunplay you could have, the smoothest gunplays you could have, and whoever's the best wins, and whoever's the worst loses. And that's kind of that. I don't really need no, like, you know, do that, like, I shoot, like, I can use my RB move with that fire guy to, like, hit somebody from below. It's fun, it's entertaining, but I don't need it, and I prefer to not have it, in all fairness. So yeah, it's interesting to kind of see the game from that perspective. And I've changed all my classes. I don't play like any of the playlists. I could care less. Like, I'm still confirmed TDM are kind of the ones I like to play the most anyway. So I was like, perfect, match those up. Well, there used to be, I think it was TDM and Domination, and Dom's fine. I just don't play that often, but it's fine for me. So I'll play it over there, and, you know, I'd vote TDM as much as I could, but I'd play Dom too, and it would be entertaining and try to win the objectives and stuff like that. I have no beef with it, but Bare Bones is to me like the way to play Call of Duty. And, you know, when looking at what Modern Warfare, I was gonna say Modern Warfare 4, but I guess it's just gonna be called Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's kind of the rumor going out there. When looking at what that is, I hope it's just grounded. Like, I don't need no other, like, special thing. Now, there is one negative about the Bare Bones playlist, which I believe they're trying to fix with the playlist that they're adding, but I kind of doubt it will. And that's the snipage going on it. It is sniper heaven. Now, in this game, in this footage over here, you don't see too much. But the later at night you play, like the further night you play, like the more reckless you are with your sleep, you know, when you like decide maybe to push it, you know, say you push it past 1:15 a.m., you know, push past 2 a.m., push it to like 3:15 a.m. One of those days where, like, you know what, man, I got a couple days off, I don't really care, man, I can live through this, you know, I'm still young, I still got it. You'll just notice that it gets to a point where there's just snipers everywhere. Like, that's like literally it. And I've been in some of those games, and I do well in them, like well enough. I don't snipe, so I don't really care about that. I am currently using the Auger DMR. I'm kind of working through like the challenges and stuff for like the camos, which is just absurd, the fact that I even think I'm gonna be able to pull it off. But whatever, I just keep doing it because it's what I know. I mean, I have the assault rifle and the submachine guns down, so that's a pretty good amount. I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna do against the snipers. But I'm at the Auger DMR, so I was using that kind of against them, and I was doing well. Now, the Auger DMR one issue, and eventually I'll put probably some footage on the channel of it, but like, you know, it does not have a lot on the clip, man. Like, it is hurting in terms of, like, bullets. Like, I'd be clearing through that thing, like, no worries. Like, honestly, if you kill, like, 3 people and you know, you shoot, like, a good amount around them, like, you will probably, like, end up using your, like, 20 bullets of the damn DMR, unless they're like some sort of genius and you know, like, how to hit everybody perfectly, which I am not, so it did not work necessarily in my favor in that sense. But the sniping is going on over there a lot now. They are making, or at least I understood that they're going to add a playlist that's kind of like Bare Bones, like for snipers kind of deal. Just go snipe over there. I think that's really cool. I don't think that's gonna stop people from coming into these random pubs, on the lobbies, and just like annihilate little old folks. I think there'll be a good amount of people that probably go in there and that want to snipe other snipers and do that competitively, but I think a lot of these snipers really enjoy just having these people come out, kind of like they're coming out right here on this side of a firing range, just snipe away, get themselves a nice little montage. Some people still do the montages. I don't know. I was never into like the whole sniper montage, so I never watched them. I don't even know if they still happen or not. But yeah, that's kind of my feeling right here, man. Bare bones the way I'm playing multiplayer right now, strictly, not even like contemplating the mode. I do enjoy hopping on there. Blackout's still my primary mode by miles. But I do enjoy hopping on here with the multiplayer, coming onto these old maps over here. The other, I guess, negative I have is that the DLC maps don't show up often, and I imagine it's probably just because people don't got them, and that's kind of your life with the modern Call of Duty right now. It's buy the season pass at your own risk. The maps are tight. They're awesome. They'll never lower them in price, right? Like, that's not kind of something they do. So, like, if you might as well just buy them while they're out to at least play them. But yeah, like the map like W&D, I've literally played like 5 times, and I haven't played multiplayer that much since it's been out. But I played it enough where that thing should get in rotation. Maybe they should boost those maps a little bit more, rather than like some crappy maps like Gridlock or something like that. No beef against Gridlock, it's pretty solid. But I'm just saying, I'd rather play W&D a little in my life. And yeah, this was an annihilation right here. This was a lot to a little.